As a guy, I start off with, yeah, I want to find her attractive. And of course, that has to be somewhat mutual. And of course, potential for falling in love. But I want to be sure to I want to make sure to ascertain as to whether or not she's into backpacking. Because if she's not into nature and backpacking and hiking, it's probably not going to work out. Well, the fallacy of that approach was made very evident in the most accidental way. I got a business call from a woman who was in sales in another state. And we ended up having a brief conversation, but even as brief as it was and as businesslike as it was, I found myself oddly intrigued by her voice of all things. And then a week went by and she called me again with a follow-up marketing call. And that became part of a pattern of regular phone calling because she was really working me to sell me on something. But little by little, we started having a more, personal details would creep out in our lives. And it turned out that we were both single and we were both parents, and there was a suspicious absence of no other person being mentioned. And so it appeared eventually that we could find out we were single. Well, that woman has been my wife for the last 22 years, and she has never gone on a hike with me or backpacked. She's totally fine with my doing that, and we do socialize together. But the point of the story being, I come out of my life experience with certain ideas in my head, but that knowledge is very limited compared to the infinity of possible choices out there. And I was incapable of imagining how wonderful a person might be and yet not fulfill my stereotype notion of what I needed. And so, for me, the first big step for all of us coming out of our pain and our failure is embracing an attitude of humility that we clearly have proven we do not know what is good for us. And to be okay with that, and then to be open to whatever the universe is bringing, because the next wonderful person who might make me happy for many decades of my life and maybe grow old with me and die happily together, that person might be something completely different than what I ever expected him or her to be.